Hello, dear students. In the previous video lecture, the type of three address statement and translations of assignment statement in three address code, I was discuss about the type of three address statement and how to convert assignment statement into the three address code. So I was taken one example like x is equal to m plus n star q plus r. Here this is the multiplication. So and for this example we have to make the annotated parse tree and convert into the three address code. So I have seen for the assignment statement we have SDT, grammar plus semantic rule, and with the help of grammar we have constructed this annotated parse tree, and with the help of this annotated parse tree we make the dependencies and we traverse this parse tree from bottom to up, bottom up parsing, and we find the three address code for x is equal to m plus n star q plus r. So here t1 is equal to m plus n. We get here at this node t1 is equal to m plus n, and at this node we get t2 is equal to q plus r, and at this node we get t3 is equal to t1 multiply t2, and at the root node we get x is equal to t3. So finally we combine all this code. T1 is equal to m plus n, t2 is equal to q plus r, t3 is equal to t1 multiply t2, x is equal to t3. So this is the assignment statement, and we have the SDT, and with the help of SDT, first step is we make the parse tree or annotated parse tree, and second step is we make the dependencies. Third step is we traverse this parse trees, and after traversing the parse tree we get the three address code. So this three address code is generated with the help of SDT. Now next topic is translations of Boolean expression into intermediate code generation. So how Boolean expression is converted into the three address code. So you know there are different types of statement in the programming language. So every statement has, means every syntax has, we have SDT. So Boolean expression is also type of statement, and these Boolean expression are used to compute logical values. Boolean expressions are generally used as conditional expression in statements such as if then else, while do statements. You know, in if then statement, if condition is true, then this statement is executed, and if then else, if condition is true, then the true statement is executed, otherwise else statement is executed. And so same as this, what is this condition? The result of this condition is it may be true or it may be false. So this is the Boolean type of expression, and this, the result of this Boolean expression is it may be true or it may be false. So you learn here how to convert this Boolean expression statement into the three address code. So every type of statement is, we have SDT. So for the Boolean expression we also have SDT. So SDT for Boolean expression is, here we have grammar and semantic rule. So grammar, E derived E1 or E2. Here actual grammar is E derived E or E, but here I have differentiate between E, all the E. So I represent here E with E1 and this E with E2. So this E derived E1 or E2, the semantic rule for this grammar is e dot place is equal to new temp semicolon and emit e dot place is equal to e1 dot place or e2 dot place. So in the assignment statement you have seen we have same function emit. So the output of emit is it append all this result. It gives the output. You can see here the emit function is used for appending 3 address code to the output file, otherwise it will report the error. So emit function used for appending the 3 address code. And here e dot place is equal to new temp. New temp means it will create the, when we find the reduction e1 or e2, then this semantic rule will be executed, and here new temporary variable will be created. Now next, second grammar is e derive e1 and e2. The semantic rule for this grammar is e dot place is equal to new temp emit e dot place is equal to e1 dot place and e2 dot place. Third grammar e derive not e1, so e dot place is equal to new temp. Here e dot place emit e dot place is equal to not e1 dot place. So here emit function append the 3 address code, e derive left parenthesis e1 right parenthesis e dot place is equal to e1 dot place. So here e is the parent node and e1 is the child node. So the e1 dot place, the value of e1 dot place assigned to the e dot place. So there are two types of attribute: synthesized attribute and inherited attribute. So here we are using the synthesized attribute, because in the synthesized attribute parent take the value from the child. So here e is the parent node and e1 is the child node. E derive id1 relational operator id2 e dot place is equal to new temp emit if id1 dot place relational operator id2 dot place go to next state plus 3, means next statement plus 3. What is the current statement? Suppose current statement is 100, then it will add 3, and go to means this is the instruction for jumping this level. So if the current statement is 100, then it will jump to the 103. Emit e dot place is equal to 0. Emit go to next statement plus 2. If the current statement is suppose 102, then it will jump to 104, because here go to is the jumping instruction and it will jump to next statement plus 2. Here emit e dot place is equal to 1. So e derive id1 relational operator id2, and for this production we have semantic rule, and this semantic rule enclosed in the curly braces, from here opening curly braces and here closing curly braces. So all this semantic rule for this production. So next production is e derive true. So for this production we have e dot place is equal to new temp emit e dot place is equal to 1. So you have seen here these are the grammar used for the Boolean expression, and we have corresponding semantic rule. So when we combine this grammar and semantic rule, we say this is the SDT. Now we take one example. Generate 3 address code for the expression m less than n or p less than q and r less than s. So this is the Boolean expression, and this Boolean expression we have to convert into the 3 address code. So what is the first step? First step is, for every type of instruction we have to construct the parse tree with the help of context free grammar. So here we have context-free grammar, and with the help of context-free grammar, so first step is you make the past tree. Now here we have expression, and for this expression, so E derive E or E. So this is the we have production E derive E1 or E2. So with the help of this production, we derive here, and here E derive ID1 less than ID2. Here this is the relational operator less than, and here ID1 is M and ID2 is N, and here or, and E2, here E derive E1 and E2. This is other production, and here E derive ID1 less than ID2, and ID2 derive ID1 less than ID2. So you see all the leaf node has the terminals, and intermediate node has non-terminals. So what is the leaf node? M less than capital N, or P less than Q, and R less than S. So you can see this is the string. You can suppose this is the string, and for this string we have constructed the parse tree. So this is the first step for any statement in the language. You have to construct the parse tree. Now second step is we have to apply, we have to apply the dependency, and with the help of dependency we have to evaluate the expression. So here you can see this ID1 is M and this ID2 is N. This ID1 less than ID2 reduced by E. So you can see here ID1 less than ID2. So how you have to evaluate? So you can evaluate here, we apply the bottom up technique. So generally we use the bottom up technique. So this when we find the reduction, then we go to the production, and we find the corresponding semantic rule and we apply this rule. So here we find the reduction ID1 less than ID2, it reduced by capital E. So what is the semantic rule for this production? So we have E dot place is equal to new term. Emit if ID1 dot place relational operator ID2 dot place go to next statement plus 3. So here what first rule says, E dot place is equal to new term, means here suppose T1 is the new temporary variable which are created at the E dot place node, and this T1 assigned to the E dot place. So at this node we have T1. Now what second statement says here? Next rule, if ID1 dot place relational operator ID2 dot place go to next statement plus 3. So we write here according to the rule. Here we suppose this, the address for this first instruction is 100. You can suppose any number, you can start with the 1 2 3, you can start with the any number. So here I have taken 100 for the first address for the first instruction. So here I have written if M less than N go to 1 0 through 3. So how this instruction comes? So this instruction comes with the help of this semantic rule. Here if ID1 dot place. So what is the ID1 dot place? ID1 dot place is capital M, and this is the relational operator. So what is the relational operator here? The relational operator is less than. So if M less than ID2 dot place is, so ID2 dot place is here capital N. So here if M less than N, go to next statement plus 3. So I have supposed the current statement address is 100. So what is the next statement plus 3? So go to 100 plus 3. So we have 103. So if m less than n, go to 103. So this is the true statement. If this condition is true, if m less than n is true, go to, it will jump on the 103 address. Now in the next line, what is the next rule says? Emit e dot place is equal to 0. So what is the e dot place we have? So e dot place we have in the first line, you can see here, e dot place is equal to t1. So we have to give the, this emit function give the 3 address code t1 is equal to 0. So we have to write in the next line, and this, if we have started the address from 100, then this, the next line will be 101, and this is the t1 is equal to 0. Now next you see, what is the next rule? Emit go to next statement plus 2. So emit go to next statement plus 2. So you write here, next address 102, go to next statement plus 2, means here we have 102 address. Now next statement is 104. Next, emit e dot place is equal to 1. So what is the e dot place? We have e dot place is t1. So t1 is equal to 1. So here you write t1 is equal to 1. So you can see here, for at this node, when id1 less than id2 reduced by e, then we apply the semantic rule, this semantic rule, and with the help of this semantic rule, we get here from 100 to 103. So here, if again you can see here first line, if this condition is true, then we go to the 103. And what is the 103? t1 is equal to 1. So here t1 is equal to 1 means we have true statement, and t1 is equal to 0 means we have false. If this condition is not satisfied, if m less than n is not satisfied, this condition is not true, then our control goes to the 101 and t1 is equal to 0. So t1 is equal to 0 means if this condition is not true, so control goes to the 101, t1 is equal to 0 means this is the false statement. And if false statement, so 102 is equal to go to 104. So at the 104, we have, now you can see here, so if m less than n is not true, then control goes to the 101, t1 is equal to 0, and next 102 go to 104. So 104 has, now you can see here again id1 less than id2 reduced by the capital E. So similarly here we apply the semantic rule for the p less than q. So for p less than q, as previous, you can see if p less than q, go to 107. So why 107? Because current address is 104. So what is the semantic rule says? Semantic rule says next statement plus 3. So if p less than q, go to 107, means this condition is true, then our control jump to 107 address. If this condition is false, then control comes jump on the 105, and 105 t2 is equal to 0, 106 go to 108. If this condition is false, then control jump on the 105, and next statement is 106 go to 108. So false statement is here, and here if this condition is true, then control jumps to 107, and 107 has T2 is equal to 1. Now from 104 to 107, we have the 3 address code for P less than Q, and this 3 address code generated when ID1, this ID less than ID2 reduced by capital E, means here ID is P and here ID is Q. Now you can see the next ID is R less than S. So here ID less than ID1 less than ID2 reduced with the E, and similarly as M less than N and P less than Q, we have R less than S. So you write the 3 address code. So this ID less than ID2 reduced with the E, and similarly we apply this semantic rule. So we have semantic rule for R less than S. So now we have address line is 108. So if R less than S, go to current statement plus 3, next statement plus 3. So what is the next current statement? 108 and plus 3, 111. So if R less than S true, then control jumps to 111. If this is false, 109, T3 is equal to 0, and 110 go to 112. So here current statement is 110. So go to next statement plus 2, means 110 plus 2, 112, and here T3 is equal to 1, and 113 is 113. How you get the 113? So you can see here from 108 to 1008 to 111. This 4 line 3 address code generated at this node. Now next E and E2. E and E2 reduced by the E. So when E and E2 reduced by the E, then we have here E derived E1 and E2. So this E and E2 reduced with E. Then we have semantic rule, E dot place is equal to new temp, image E dot place is equal to E1 dot place and E2 dot place. So we have already generated here temporary variable, here T1 and here T2 and here T3. So next temporary variable is we will generate T4. So next emit E dot place is equal to E1 dot place and E2 dot place. So E1 dot place as what? E1 dot place? E1 dot place as T2. You can see here T2, E1 dot place P less than Q, and E2 dot place as T3. This temporary variable T3, and here we get T4 is equal to T2 and T3. So T4 is equal to T2 and T3. Here you get and not plus, and you correct it here. Here T4 is equal to T2 and T3, and at the last line we have, now when you comes at this node, so this E or E reduced by capital E. So when this E or E reduced by capital E, so you go in this production, E derive E or E. So the semantic rule for this production is E dot place is equal to new temp. So I have already generated here T4. So next temporary variable is T5. So this T1 here, T1 or here T4. So T1 or T4 assigned to the here T1 or T4. So E dot place has T5 and E1 dot place has T1 or E2 dot place has T4. So we will get the three address code. T1 is equal to, sorry, T5 is equal to T1 or T4. Here T5 is equal to T1 or T4. So you see here in the pass tree, why we perform the operation for this node as a first, and now at the second we have compute the OR, because AND has the highest priority, and in the pass tree the lower node has the highest priority and upper node has lowest priority. So here this is the lower node as compared to OR. So this AND has highest priority and this OR has the lowest priority, then AND. So first we compute the AND, then we compute the OR. So you can see here, this is 100 to 103. We get the three address code for m less than n, and from 104 to 107 we get the three address code for p less than q, and from 108 to 111 we get the three address code for r less than s, and you can see if m less than n go to 103, means if this condition is true, then our control jump to the 103. So here 103, T1 is equal to 1. If this condition is false, then control jumps T1 is equal to 0. Okay. So T1 is equal to 1 if this condition is true. And next statement, if P less than Q, go to 107. So again, if this condition is true, then our control jumps to the 107. You can see here 107, T2 is equal to 1, and control goes to the 108. If R less than S is true, control jumps to 111. So T3 is equal to 1. So here it check all the conditional expression. If this condition is, if this m less than n is true, control goes to the p less than q. If this condition is true, control goes check the r less than s. So in this Boolean expression, in this SDT, we have to check all these conditions. If all these condition is true, now then my statement is executed. T4 is equal to T2 plus T3 and T5 is equal to T1 or T4. So here we have the three address code for the given Boolean expression. So in this, you have seen in this SDT, we are assuming the temporary variable T1, T2, T3, and we have used T1 is equal to 0 for false and T1 is equal to 1 for true. So now we will see in the next video lecture, so other ways for evaluating the Boolean expression without using the temporary variable T1 is equal to 0 or T1 is equal to 1. That is called the short circuit code. So we will see in the next video lecture the short circuit code. Thank you so much.